What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's the Mafia, man. It's time for that culture for the streets. Make sure y'all like the videos. Subscribe to the channel to stay informed on what's going on It's Time for That Culture for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Paint. I am Mafia. My homie Paint ain't here right now. But shout out to my nigga Paint, though, because he stay working. Anyway, let's get right to it, because it's deeper than rap. It's always been deeper than rap. Sometimes a lot of this shit go over a lot of people's heads, you know what I'm saying? We can watch people pass and people will start assuming it's some kind of conspiracy theory around a lot of shit. Sometimes it may be, but sometimes the conspiracy theory be so far-fetched that it's just too obvious to believe, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things could seem to be that, but we don't want to believe it to be that. Like in Nipsey's situation, rest in peace Nipsey, because that's where we going with this shit. But beforehand, once again, like that channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, make sure y'all stay in tune with Culture for the Streets. It's time for that Culture for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Paint. Mafia and Paint. Anyway, back to the Nip shit. Apparently, even before Nip passed, before his timely demise, you know what I'm saying? The 77th district had an investigation going on. They was targeting Nipsey and blacksam in an investigation called Operation Laser. Now, basically, they just wanted to shut Nipsey down because he was, I mean, you take a nigga that you used to chase after all the time, that was a criminal at the time, you feel me? And then you turn into a successor and you don't have to be a criminal no more. And in return of being a successor, you pulling your partners that happen to be criminals too out the street. Now y'all got a different lane for y'all. Y'all don't have to go live in the streets. Y'all can come up out the street and it's a new avenue for y'all. Let's just be honest, man. Let's just be honest. The police don't like to see niggas succeed, man. They don't like to see us succeed, man. And Nip was in a prominent section of L.A., Crenshaw and Slauson. That's a prominent section of L.A. And for him to be able to, right in the heart of his section, right in the heart of his gang territory, build a foundation, a legitimate foundation, in the same area that these folks was trying to lock him up in, chasing him down, trying to catch him, put cases on him and his homies and his brother. You know what I'm saying? They went through a lot of shit while they was over there in the time that it took to build that foundation, what we know now is the marathon. You know what I mean? So who knows how long exactly the investigation been going on, but it was going on. And you know what I'm saying? For them not to have came down on him, apparently they didn't have nothing. Like Nip was moving. Like he don't need to do nothing he shouldn't be doing. He's a rapper. He making good money off being a rapper. He got his own clothes. He got sponsors like Puma and all these other people that's really breaking bread with him. So he was really like business-minded, businessman, but you taking people out the hood now. When you get to taking people out the hood, guess what happened? Less people start going to jail. That means less money that your state make off of inmates walking through them gates. Because yes, when you go to jail, the state makes money. And we talking about millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So much money to the point that a lot of people don't even realize that record labels and record label owners have their money tied up into the prison system too. So while the drill rappers want to rap about killing, stealing, and drilling and doing all the stupid shit, just understand that the same people that's giving you that bag of money and vouching for what you doing as an artist and the energy you putting out in the space, they want you to do that. Because if you just so happen to go to jail, now they making money off your music and they making money off of you because you had to go to jail, right? And Nipsey wasn't just a regular dude in his hood. Once you start getting a name for yourself, you become a bigger target. And he became a bigger target in LA. especially in his section, because in his section he did something that a lot of people couldn't do. Because if it could be done, it would have been done before his time, and it wasn't. We done seen plenty rappers that were superstars that had a bigger following than Nipsey Hussle, that couldn't acquire these things, that couldn't build these machines for their community to thrive off of. Nipsey did that. And we talking about the police targeting a man that's changing, and he changing his environment. Why is y'all targeting him? It's still gangbangers outside, drive-by shoots, killings, walk downs, niggas getting, it's a whole bunch of Cali rappers been getting shot, killed, all kind of shit going on in Cali. A lot of niggas don't know Cali turned up right now, man. Niggas so busy talking about Chirac and all this other shit. Listen to me, man. The West Coast turned up right now. But for Nip to have an investigation going on him, evidently they thought something else was going on. Or maybe they didn't even think nothing else was going on. Because if something else was going on, for you to have an investigation, I'm pretty sure y'all probably would have figured something out and got to snatching niggas up and all. But when you got a nigga that's smart and he pulling his niggas out the hood, he not trying to keep them stuck there. And he changing the environment instead of letting them change the environment. And you know what they do? They push us out and bring in the high price community where we can't afford it. So now we have to go live in other communities. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They push us out of our communities and make us go to other communities when those communities are specifically so crime ridden that white people don't want to really live there. Rich folks don't want to live there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. But he was in their way. And what I mean by he was in their way, he building a dynasty in the center of where they don't even want him to be at. To the point where the police even tried to get the owners that own that property firsthand before Nip bought it. They wanted them to evict them off the property because they didn't want them there. But because Nip brought so much money to that section, it started thriving. That part of LA was thriving because of Nipsey and the Marathon store. It wasn't thriving for the white folks, it was thriving for us. They don't like what we got. They don't like things that we have that's built for us. They don't like that. They try to get rid of it. Black Panthers was built for us. They dismantled that shit, nigga. They don't want us to have strength. They don't want us to have power. They don't want us to have all the money. They'll let you get some money, but when you get to getting enough money where you can shake and move and change shit, they don't like that shit. And Nip was building this community up. And they ain't wanting to build the community up. They want to keep tearing down because we keep letting it tear down. It's gonna stay poverty stricken. It's gonna stay gang infested, and it's gonna stay highly violent. Because with poverty comes violence, man. People do whatever they can to eat. So Nip was a old soul because it was like he's seen the future, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point where he had gangs that didn't fuck with each other coming together. Like Nip could move around LA and Nip had so much love. You know how hard it is to get the type of love Nip was getting in LA from majority of the sections in LA. Whether y'all beefing or not, like, cause he rep LA that hard. The police was trying to tear down something that was, who knows what that area could have been in the next 10 years if Nip still was here and he was continuing to build his machine and see it through and see his community thrive off what he created. We don't know what he could have did with that. We don't know what that section could have been. It could have bred more millionaires. It could have bred, the whole area could have went from poverty stricken to highly wealthy, above average living. You see what I'm saying? Like, He had the ability to do that with what he was doing and where he was at, his location. You think the police agree with that, bro? I'm just saying, honestly, we done seen all our black leaders, black speakers, black people of power, anything that's built to stand against the oppressor, man. We gotta fight harder. And we also gotta learn. See, this is the thing I like about the Black Panthers is they protected themselves and they protected their leaders. And this one thing the gang niggas gonna have to understand in this gang shit. When niggas from your section get famous, you don't just gotta protect that nigga from the dangers that's outside, like the other gangs, the ops, the niggas that's hating, the jealous niggas, the robbers, the kick dough boys. Nigga, you have to protect them from the police too. So that means you gotta watch your actions. You gotta make sure you watch his back because he's the breadwinner. Something happened to the breadwinner, it alters how you gonna live in the future because he's the one that's creating your future. We seeing a lot of cop killings, all kind of shit going on, man. The police ain't our friend, man. The police ain't our friend. Quit thinking the police are for. They ain't our friend, man. They knocking down. They done knocked down damn near every black leader we had. That could have shifted what was going on in the environment for us. They got rid of them. Shit, they even got rid of white folks that was pushing for us, disagreeing with them. You see what I'm saying? Nip was a young black man from a gang culture that was smart enough to get his mind together and function a different type of way and put it and foundate something. I can't remember who said that in a rap, but I want to say it was Jadakiss. I want to say it was Jadakiss, but he said, "You a leader if you can get a leader to follow you." Nipsey didn't start his gang. He didn't start that section. He didn't start what was going on in that section, but he grabbed onto it tight and became the face of it. He became the breadwinner of it. He became the machine to it in the corporate world, in the legit world. He became the heartbeat of it. It take a leader to do that. And for people to get behind you and see you see it through as if you were the creator of that shit, that speak volumes. Hell no, the 77th district didn't want Nipsey putting them plays in, man. Because Nipsey gets smarter. Guess what happened? It's going to be at least one nigga from every gang neighborhood in California that gets smart, that polish up, that start thinking just like he did. And we talking about over 1,000 gangs, bro. So just imagine one nigga from every hood get smart like Nipsey. We ain't gonna even talk about how many members belong to each section and shit. But if one nigga from each section boss up like that, that changed every community. Now you got a foundation being built in every community for the positive. They gonna keep us where we at, man. They gonna keep us hating each other. They gonna keep us outside shooting and killing each other. They gonna keep us outside hating each other when it ain't even us we should be hating. Shit, we shouldn't even be hating them because we live in a time now where we can change how we live. We can alter our financial status. We can go out there and work for ourselves and become the bosses we used to work for. You see what I'm saying? So it's like today is like people got to get smart, man. And them folks smart, the police smart, because they see niggas doing shit like that and they get rid of them, man. Just knowing that they had this operation going on Nip, now makes me feel even more like this was not a street thing, but I feel like he almost was hit by the government. I feel like that. I'm just saying. Who gave Shitty Cuz? Who gave that bitch ass nigga $75,000 to go get the same dude that was trying to prosecute O.J. Simpson in court? Who the fuck gave him that much money right after he killed Nipsey Hussle to go do that? That ain't fishy to you? That ain't fishy to you? The same place they was trying to get him from out of, he died there. The more stuff like this start to come out, the more this makes me feel like this wasn't even a street thing. It was the police against a street nigga that got smart. And they wanted to take that piece off the board. I feel like that's what happened. You know, some people might not be familiar with Nipsey like that. Some people might not be familiar with how he died. Some people might not be familiar with a lot of shit that was going on around Nipsey. But this type of shit right here, it got a lot of shit on it, man. It's a lot of shit on this, man. This ain't just a nigga pulling up and a nigga saying, oh, nigga, you told. And a nigga burning right there. You see what I'm saying? What if he was sent to burning? No matter what Nipsey said. Who's to even say Nipsey said, oh, nigga, you over here telling? He probably said some other shit and Nip was on some other shit and he ain't like that shit and got sorry and burnt it. But either way it go, I feel like he was sent there to burn Nip. Didn't he have some type of peace treaty thing going on with the gangs and the police a couple days before he died? He didn't get to see that day because he didn't get to see that day. High profile as this case is, we don't hear about the dude, the Shitty Cuz bitch ass nigga. We don't hear about that nigga hardly. They not even talking about his case like that. What's going on with him in jail? Nigga, none of that. It's like they hide him. You feel what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? Then the same lawyer that tried to lock OJ up as a prosecutor started representing him as a lawyer and just upped and said, fuck that, I can't fuck with this. You know why? Because now this nigga talking about he was paid $75,000 to kill Nip and all this shit. So where's that coming from? Because if you ain't telling no nigga in the street and this shit got to do with something higher up, I don't want to be part of this. And that's probably what it was. So he backed the fuck up out of this. He already dealt with the controversy he had to go through with O.J. Simpson. Now I'm going to go represent this man. And he probably was possibly paid by the police to kill a gang member. Hell no, I ain't going to represent that nigga. Don't let this shit go over your head because they doing this shit to us. Remember that shit. Nip wasn't just a rapper. That nigga was black, man. He was a nigga, man. And if they'll do it to him, they'll do it to me, they'll do it to you, they'll do it to your friends, your kids, your family members, nigga. Pay attention, man. They don't want us to have no kind of power with this shit, man. He didn't even get a chance to blossom into what he could have really been. He was just starting to do it, and they got rid of him. That just lets you know how fat they don't want us to have no control over nothing, especially if it's in for our favor. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Episodes drop every Monday. It's time for that. Culture for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Paint, man. Rest in peace, Nip, man. Condolences to the Nip family. Blacksam and his mother and his dad and his kids and You know what I'm saying? All of that, because I ain't into promoting and glorifying niggas getting killed, man. Especially niggas that's providing for their families, man. It's condolences to every nigga that lost their life, man. Period. And cut.